What's up? Continuing to backtest my strategy. Sorry. Let's go. I'm on Euro USD right now. We swept the high here. Actually, yeah, this is New York session open, so you can see we swept that high, but in 4 hour we still have gap up here. This looks like it could still draw higher. Now I don't really know that because the reason why I don't know that or why I'm not very confident is because of the price action that we see here. So you can clearly see that the price action is not very clean. There is not a singular fair value gap in this range higher, so that's what makes me hesitant about this, especially. But yeah, basically we need to see break of structure continuing higher. Market instead breaks lower, which is totally fine. That just means that I'm not going to participate, and that's the case. So let's go to next London session. We want to sweep this low once more. Still no fair value gap in this range. In hourly we do have well, bunch of these buy side gaps, and there is one massive bearish gap, but that got flipped. This is now inversion, so bias is towards these highs. We are stacking kind of these highs here. So what I would do is, this is an hourly POI. We swept the Asian low. If we get 5-minute break of structure to the upside, I will be long in this. From that fair value gap, stop at that low. You could have a large range. I wouldn't hold the whole trade towards this area, but I could theoretically go there. Now we create a doji that creates small fair value gap. I would have my entry there rather, because sometimes price just kind of taps into that highest fair value gap and then it just leaves basically without ever mitigating this, and this would be a breakaway gap. Then obviously what we are seeing now is price swerving me real time. How about this? I mean, I think it's okay. What do you see in this here is a very good price action. I would close this. In this kind of scenario, when the initial entry kind of swerves, then we come with a to the downside with a volume. I would rather scale down to 1-minute chart and try to see if the 1 minute provides an entry, in which case we wouldn't have taken anything here. But Euro USD just doesn't move too nicely right now. Maybe the draw was incorrect, but let's look at this again. So actually now looking at this, the problem probably was that the equilibrium was down here. So if you try along this, the equilibrium of the price range has not been met. So maybe that was a stupid idea to try to kind of along that. And now because of the kind of daily cycle and how it plays out, I think that the most probable scenario could be that we kind of do something like this. even though the bias is technically still to go higher. We could easily, now that we are building sell side, mitigate lower, and the price action is just bad in general. If we create like 15-minute gap in this region, like there's one there. If you get like a very nice looking 1-minute breakout structure, I could consider entry. You can see that never happened, so that's fine. Market chops around. It disrespects these bullish gaps. How about 30-minute? Yeah, 30-minute is disrespects that. I don't want to trade New York in this scenario, London in this scenario. I'll go to New York. New York sweeps this low, or we or London sweeps the low. If we sweep this high and have a shift to the downside, I might consider sells, but we have swept a lot of sell side, so maybe not. Okay, what is market doing? Equal highs. We are possibly driving down from towards this region, the daily low. I want to skip the first owl candle because I wanted to see if this is going to create bearish farewell gap, which it did not create. So right now this looks like we are working heavily in this area. We have swept a lot of sell side, so there is a chance that we kind of flip and move a little bit higher from here. But if we have like a convincing 1-minute breaker structure from here, we could even sell this. Now this invalidates all of that and the idea of doing that. But we come towards this area, we're working away from it. So I guess like if 5-minute chart gives, so how about this one? This could work as a breaker structure to the downside to go short. I'm not going to lie, but I want to see additional momentum lower. I want to see like a bearish engulfing. You know what? This could do. This would do. Usually I would just take the entry from here. Maybe that's what I should have done, because now the entry, taking in the entry will is kind of like a weird. This dickhead runs against me, man. Well, this would have been break even after the lows. I should have closed break even. I'm trying to get that. Now it's probably leaving now. So what I will do is because the structure seems to be a little bit like a choppy. I would have wanted to see it leave immediately, whereas it just wants to sweep some of these lows and then leave like that. But in between all this price action, it kind of chops a lot around in this region. So I should have held the trade. I should take the initial trade here. What can I do? We still don't sweep it very well though, so we could still continue lower, but I don't really know about that. We need to, yeah, I need to go to London session. That doesn't really seem like it will provide anything. Um, this this will sweep that, but I think that looks quite good area because like that's still a large feral gap up here. So I will take that into consideration. Okay, liquidate these lows, then we will leave. Now, is this an 4-hour POI? Is this an area to go long? I mean, the drawn liquidity kind of would work. We have nice shift to the upside. In my opinion, it looks good, but we are not trading in the 4-hour POI that I would require, so I'm simply not going to risk a lot here. I took 0.5 risk, and now let's assess the situation again. Sweep at the highs. Let's see what's the consequent encroachment of this wick. So it's here. We're rejecting that right now. So I would do this 50% of market. I don't want to see it trade below this low. If it does that, I will be out. So, but I will also allow price to trade higher if it wants to. But you can see how the price action doesn't leave my area until now. Okay, seems good, but okay, that was a good hit then. So in my opinion, this was a good example of how you manage a trade. It was looking good always, but the choppy structure doesn't invite me to keep the risk open. So because we left, like we market tapped me in, there was a very little drawdown. So this kind of price action invited me to set my stop loss below this low. So I understand it could mitigate that Ferrari gap again and like liquidate that low and leave, but sometimes and quite often doesn't do that. It just, if it's really going to go higher, it will respect this structural point as like a order block and do exactly that. But yeah, couldn't have very great monetary gain because in here because of the problem with the price action. But yeah, I think I'm done here.